Feeling like you just have so much going on and it's just hard for you to get above water with things, or you're just running low on energy? That's exactly how I've been feeling lately. And so today I just finally decided, you know what? Forget everything else. I'm going to do something that makes me happy and brings me joy. And that is making this video for you today and decorating my kitchen for fall.
Can you feel it, honey? Can you feel it, honey? Now you're way past that. All that bad, 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 bad. So bad, 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 bad. Can you see it, honey? Can you see it? See you past the trouble. Now you know the meaning of it all. It all. Didn't think it happened so soon, but that one afternoon you finally moved on. Letting go of all that he said and finally cared for yourself. You really moved on. And I feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. I feel it, I feel it. Ooh. Da 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 da.
I am so happy that I am finally getting the chance and opportunity to decorate my home for fall. As I've mentioned previously before, fall is one of my most favorite seasons of the year. It just reminds me of rest and relaxation and peace and gratefulness. So when this season rolled around and I wasn't able to, do the things that I wanted, it kind of stripped all those feelings away. And instead of being full of rest and peace, it felt very chaotic, very unrestful, very hectic and all over the place. So I have decided that I am going to stop and take time for myself and do the things that make me happy, do the things that remind me of peace, to remind me to be thankful and grateful. And doing this kitchen is just the start and beginning. So I want to let y'all in on my little secret. I don't want you to think that, I just went through and just did this process and it just came out perfectly. I am not a decorator by heart. That's not necessarily a skill that I have, but that is a skill that I want. That is something that I like to pretend like I'm good at. And it just makes me happy. Just taking care of my home and just putting pieces together, it just makes me feel happy. But I just wanted to let you know that this was a process and not something that I was just able to do. So now let me give you a walkthrough of all of the spaces that we decorated. Right here on the countertop, I wanted to have kind of like a centerpiece sitting here. I much rather have like a completely clear surface all across the board, but I am trying to step more out of my comfort zone and do more things to pull in a more cozy feeling and just to have like mental images of the season for my kids and for myself as we make memories. I just wanted to keep it simple. When I first did this, I did have like a few more things sitting on here. I was trying to recreate kind of like this look that I saw from someone else where there were like a lot of things put here together, but they were like cohesive, but it just felt like really cluttered to me. So I settled on just two pieces, this floral arrangement plus this container with these apples and bananas inside of them. This floral arrangement was something that I just threw together from a few pieces that I had. I spaced them out and like that really helped it to look more full and cohesive to me. Moving on to this corner here on my countertop, this is where we keep my son's baby food, and I just wanted to jazz it up a little bit because it just looked basic and plain, and my preferred method would have been to take all of his powders out and put them inside of like a cute little container, but I was like, why do that? I'll just keep it in here and let's just condense it into one basket and then decorate around the basket. A lot of my inspiration with a lot of the areas here is a lady, I believe her channel, I believe she's Brittany Blaine. And just the way that she did like clusters of pumpkins and like florals, I really want to try to mimic that here in my own home. I just really want to be able to feel the season and have this sense of coziness around this time of year. Something that's been on my mind that I really want to start implementing for my family during the holiday season is having baked goods sitting out that we can just grab and enjoy throughout the day. This is still a work in progress. I do just have this cake here that I bought from the store that I put on here, but eventually I will want to upgrade to like making my own baked goods and sitting them out. I just don't know how I feel about that. You know, I'm used to putting things in the refrigerator and storing it away just because I have a huge fear of bacteria and mold growth on our foods. And I just feel like store-bought items, because of all of the ingredients that they add to it, just holds up better just sitting out at room temperature. But hopefully in the future I will be able to make my own baked goods and place them here on a cake stand for my family to enjoy throughout the time. So another thing that I really looked forward to was decorating this space above the oven. That's one of those areas that like I always see in like these beautiful homes. They have like the pot filler. I don't have a pot filler, but what I could do is add a wreath here to bring in a little more texture, a little more oomph to this space. And then we have this square cutting board. This wreath was actually a wreath for Halloween, and I just took some fall florals and like kind of just wrapped it around in there to make it more fall versus Halloween. And then right above there, I added this garland that I feel like this part just really brings everything together and it just adds cohesion to the whole space. Initially, I wanted to do the wreath on top of, like above the cabinets, but I decided that right above the oven was probably the best place without us having to use something on the cabinets and potentially damage the paint. But the garland is like one of like my most favorite pieces. Well, this whole area right here, this whole look is like one of my most favorite parts of the kitchen. Coming to the next side of the counter, I did just want to keep this more simple. I didn't want to overcrowd every single space that we have, so I did leave this more open and just filled it with just a few pumpkins and a few flowers just spread out here or there. This is also one of our more high traffic areas, so I didn't want to have a lot of things out on the countertop in a space that we use often, because then that means that we're going to have to be fixing it often and things are going to be messed up a little bit more. So it was best for me to just keep this simple. And as you'll see out on the island on this side, that is where I do most of everything. So that is just completely clear. I didn't put any fall decor in that area. Now this is another one of the areas that I really love, and this is heavily inspired by that lady Brittany Blaine and how she did her kitchen, where she had all these clusters of pumpkins and florals. So I just layered pumpkins here with a few floral sunflower arrangements, and I just love the way that it came out. And that little black flower pot on the right side, it just, to me, it just kind of like set the whole thing off with providing like a bit of contrast. Well, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this fall decorating video as much as I enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please be sure that you like this video and then subscribe to my channel. I can't wait to share more with you, but until then, go ahead and check out these videos here, and I'll see you soon. Bye.